Good evening. My name is Howard Edelman. I'm your host for Israel and the Jewish World. This year's theme is the relationship between the individual human physical body and the body politic. Thus, in a past show, we focused on both genetics and international law. In another show, our theme was rebellion, both within our body organisms and by the political and within the political state. This week, we focus only on the body, not its parts or inner cells, but the body as a living creative organism. We're going to watch the body perform with basic movement and voice as we turn from the drumbeat of nature to the music of Israeli performing artists in the magnificent Mayumana Group from Tel Aviv. We introduce one of the co-creators of the group and watch a warm-up. I interview several of the performers. And we catch a bit of one show that we saw in Jaffa in a pulsating mixture of beat, movement, and humor, and the sheer joy of human creativity. For balance, Yossi will introduce some of the young creative performers in the diaspora drawn from his own congregation. And just so you do not think we've forgotten politics altogether, we're going to have a surprise interview and selections from our guests' new work. So we'll have politics, and the background will be a story about chance and death, but also one that can lead to resurrection. Stay with us for a load of fun. My guest is Eilan Mafar. She's founding creative director of the Mayumana dance company or theater company or company, whatever you call it.
All of that is right. All of
Now it's based on percussion and theater and mime and singing. It's everything together.
It's, yeah, no rules. We can do whatever we want. Yeah.
I read that in your literature. That's your principle, that you can do whatever you want.
Right, right.
But when you came in and I first met you, I said, you couldn't be the founding director because I read the literature and you founded it almost 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I said, you must have been 10 years old.
No, I was 8.
You're 8? Oh, that's better.
I was very grown up.
Then you came from, at the womb, you were a dancer and
something like that. I did know from the beginning that this is something I wanted to do.
Is that true?
As a child, definitely.
How old?
Yeah. In my bat mitzvah, when I read out, like I was 12, and I said, I want to have a company, I want to dance, I want to perform, I want to, what was it, do the lighting, it was everything. And then, you know, around 15 years later, that's what I was doing.
Well, I can figure your age.
Yeah.
And then I'm really startled. But anyway, this is in the middle 90s. You get the idea of forming, finally getting your group. You've been, you've gone through a theater school.
Well, no, I was in high school. I majored in theater and music, but I've always been on stage. My family is very creative, and they always supported us, all of my sisters.
How many sisters?
2 other sisters.
I see.
I'm the oldest.
And you're all in theater?
Yeah, one of my sisters is a professional percussionist, and the other sister is a painter. But it's something that came very natural to do this. And one of the reasons I'm doing it is to be on stage, which I'm no longer.
That's the paradox of it all.
Yeah.
But we're at least in the theater. This is the lobby of your theater.
This is the lobby,
and
right?
And you have, I guess, these are posters from your shows?
From all over the world, yeah. Because usually the show performs in Israel, and the other cast, our second cast, travels around the world. We travel. We've actually came to Toronto around 9 years ago, I think.
I see.
For 2
months. When are you coming back?
I hope soon. I mean, it was cold.
Oh, you came in the middle of winter.
Oh God, it was so cold.
And where did you play? Which theater?
I don't remember. I've been in so many theaters.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed to say I don't remember
no,
any theater's name.
Yeah. You played Madrid and Europe, Berlin.
All around Europe, South America, Asia, all over.
Now the concept of the company seems to me to go back to a tradition of the Teatro dell'arte tradition of Italy. And that came back into theater, in Canada at least, from London, from Joan Littlewood's theater, in terms of, I think, in late 60s, early 70s. And I remember reviewing the first theater group that did it, and it started with myself and another reviewer, and 2 free passes. And there were only 4 of us in the audience, and within a week, they had full houses sold out for a year. And it was this new concept of theater being theater cutting off the mind, going straight to the body. And yours seems to be the same thing.
I think it is the same. It's based on observing the information and not really thinking it, feeling it. And that's the way we create also. We create with associations. We have an idea. We say, let's work on water. And then from the water, we draw the scene, and then we put in movement, and we put on the music, and from there, kind of the ideas start coming up. But it's very emotional, and it's not so minded.
And it comes from the performers as well. I guess they all contribute.
All of them. They come from different backgrounds. They're very interesting people. They come from all over the world.
But this company that's here is mostly Israelis.
Well,
I saw one from UK.
Right. All of them live here, but actually a lot of them weren't raised here. I mean, Beto is from Brazil, and he arrived when he was 17. Sergio came to Israel, I guess, when he was 30 or something like that. He's from Curaçao. The original cast that we started our show was from all over. But Israel is like that, you know.
That's true.
How old is it? It's not that old.
Now, the theme of this show is time. Why time? I mean, obviously percussion is time, but it seems to be something more than that.
We went through, well, as creators, we created the show, the first show around 14, 15 years ago. And we grew up in this company.
And how many shows have you had, actually?
This would be our 5th show.
5th show.
Yeah, we had Mayumana, we had Bejuntos show that we did, beautiful show with David Broza, if you know David Broza. He's a singer-songwriter, a beautiful show. And then we had B, and a children's show, and Momentum. Is the newest show. It's a 1.5 years old. It's a baby. We call it a baby.
I see.
Yeah,
a 1.5 years is a baby.
Yeah, we still have to take care of it.
Yeah, I saw you working in the rehearsal, and you seem to be creating the show, so I thought it was only a few weeks old.
Yeah, we change the show all the time.
I see.
But the idea about time is that we grew up here in this company, and we did start young, and suddenly, you know, I went through breast cancer, and I was sick for a few years. And my co-creator went through his own process, and Roy Ofer, our visionary producer, you know, things changed, and we said, you know what, it's time for a new show. Let's talk about that, because that's life.
Well, you know, when you talk about breast cancer, because we did a series of interviews about the biomolecular diseases and the creative process, and we dealt with cancer and the way of stopping it. I should share that information with you. Maybe it'll inform the show, because it's about switching things on and off. So it is about timing and time to die and organic. And in fact, cancer is about trying to live, to escape from time, the cell anyway.
Right. Yeah, it's like it's independent. I'll do whatever I want to do.
Right.
And you see the songs. There are some words in the show, and I wrote 2 songs, and
you write the songs?
Yeah, we write the music. Yeah. But there are 2 songs in the show, and they do talk about time. We do manage to give some kind of a very vague idea, but we're not trying to feed our ideas. It's just feel them and taking it as a frame.
And what has been the audience response to the different shows? Have you ever had a negative response, or is it always enthusiasm?
People going, booze? No, wow. That would be interesting. No, but South America, they're extremely enthusiastic, and it's like going to a soccer game or something like that. The crowd is like on their feet and stomping and everything.
But in Toronto, I bet it wasn't like that. You played
No, it
Toronto
wasn't.
years ago.
No,
Toronto was a very
clappy.
sedate audience. We're very polite.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a happy energy, and I think our company is about sharing our joy of life and creativity, and so it's not dark. It's not about these dark places, even though I was talking about some hard times, but it's always like finding the creative way of expressing those moments.
And you have a program for schools, and an outreach program?
Yeah, we do. We work with kids from all over Israel, and we have a small ensemble that is based on Muslims, Christians, and Jews that work together and perform. They're very cute. They're like 8.
They're 8 years old.
Yeah,
oh.
most of them.
Wow, that's a great age group to work with.
Yeah, they're so cute. They're so cute. Yeah, we've managed to create our own skills. Mayumana is actually it comes from a word called miyumanut, which means skills.
Skills.
So we do work with our actors a lot about inquiring skills, because they come from different backgrounds. So we have yoga classes and drumming classes and voice classes, and we have special warm-ups and climbing and flying and acrobatics and everything you can think about.
And so the performers have to be very versatile.
Well, they learn to be very versatile, and a lot of them have been in the company for a very long time, so they get better and better. They're like wine.
That's a good analogy. Like wine and ages. And
well, it is, because some of them are not young at all, and they've been in the company, and it's very physical and it's very demanding, but it's something that we all love to do.
Well, I want to thank you, and I look forward to meeting several of your performers and seeing the performance tonight.
Great.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.